Hey everyone, it's James from James's Hobby Zone / Agents of Shield New England. Alright, so today is actually going to be pretty much it might be a short video, I don't know yet. Today's going to be a product review. I'm going to show you guys the glues I use when I'm putting together my models, alright? So this is going to be my actually it is a second product review, because I realized that a while back among all my other videos I did a tank craft review for the cutting mat that I got. I bought the cutting mat, I bought the the aluminum holder for the glues. Alright, and just to let you know, they do have the aluminum holders in stock, so I would grab them as quick as you can, because they sell out fast, because they're very, very popular, and they work very well with the glues, holding your Tamiya glue, holding your Mr. Cement. There's also a little holder that holds it's a foam insert that they have that allows you to hold the circular Tamiya glue. It's just regular cement right now. Alright, so let's get down to my glues that I use. Alright, here's the glues that I use. First one is a homemade brew that is called Spur. It's sprue glue. Basically, what the sprue glue is, it's when you can't get the rest of your Tamiya glue out, and you're down to about here, you can actually take your plastic sprue and throw like little pieces of the sprue in there. Or a lot of modelers, they use actual styrene. Sorry about that. Plastic styrene, fresh styrene. So they have it'll be a white sprue glue that they throw in there. This is a lot of gray and a lot of black. Mostly a lot of the sprue that I used in here, it's actually pretty funny. A lot of kits that I get, the pilot is kind of like not really good. So what I do is, instead of throwing the pilot out, I basically throw him in here, and he melts down into sprue glue. But right now I have enough sprue glue that I don't need to melt down any more pilots. Melting down pilots. Alright, so sprue glue is really easy to make. Like I said, it's just, you get one of your Tamiya jars of your extra thin that is almost empty, and then basically you throw a little bit of sprue in there, let it melt down, and then what you do next after that is you just keep adding. Every time you finish, you get another jar of your Tamiya glue that's down to almost empty. You pour it into the other jar that has your sprue glue, and then you put more sprue in and keep adding until you get enough that you feel like you have enough. And right now with this, I might have to throw a little bit more, because I think my sprue glue is a little too thick. I might have to throw some more Tamiya in when I get it. All right. So that's sprue glue. That's what I use to a lot of joints. If sometimes you can't use filler in certain spots, and sometimes Mr. Surfacer 1000 will just keep falling into the gap. So ways that you can actually reinforce the joint is by actually using sprue glue. And then you just like run it around the edges of the model right here. Let it sit for, it's probably, depending on how how much thinner, how much glue you put in there to melt down the plastic. You might have to let it sit for a couple of days until it really hardens up to where then you can sand it smoothly. So, an example of me using sprue glue is right here. You can see a little bit of it on the A10 very closely. I actually used it right here because when the A10, because where it was, it's next to my compressor, so it was shaking it. And I guess the joint right here that mated the two halves wasn't really glued good, so it actually cracked open. So what I did is I put the sprue glue there to reinforce right here, and I did the same thing on this side right here. I put sprue glue to kind of reinforce it so it won't pop. So, and that will be on I will make an update video on this one. Don't worry, guys. I got you guys covered with some content before I move. So, all right. Next one is an older one that we're all familiar with. The Tester's non-toxic glue. This is like a backup glue in case I actually run out of my regular ones that I use and I can't get these. I will go back to using this little bit of Tester's glue that Tester's non-toxic. So this is really my backup glue just in case. Tester's non-toxic it's not too bad. It's got a citrus smell to it, so it doesn't really stink really bad. It actually smells like oranges, and that was the really interesting thing about it. But this glue, because it's non-toxic, it takes a little, you're gonna have to really, if you're gonna hold the parts together with your hand, you're gonna be sitting there for a good minute and a half before it's hard enough that it'll stick enough where it'll stick. So if you're gonna use any Tester's glue, definitely make sure that you have elastic bands or tape ready to kind of hold it together while you're using it. My next one is the Mr. Cement S. I don't know what the S stood for. I think it's like the extra thin, I guess. I have used Mr. Cement for the very first time on a couple of models. It works really well. It does have an odor to it. Just give you that heads up. Oh, I forgot one more glue that I have that I have to add. Oops, sorry. That's my bad. Sorry about that, guys. I have one more glue. Mr. Cement, great. It's a good product. It really joins the parts together. Same thing with Tamiya Extra Thin. Tamiya Extra Thin is the one I really go to a lot because I can never really find Mr. Cement that much at a Hobby Lobby. So pretty much Testers, Hobby Lobby, once in a blue moon you might find it, but you'll mostly find Hobby Lobby. You'll find the Tamiya Extra Thin. Now the Tamiya Extra Thin quick setting, you could really only find that at a hobby shop. You'd actually have to go to, like, say, Hobbytown USA, Dibbles. You probably have to go to Hill Country. That Dibbles is in San Antonio. Hill Country's in San Antonio. And then the only Hobbytown USAs that are in Texas are Dallas, Irving, and Hertz. Those are the only three Hobbytown USAs in all of Texas. There used to be one in San Antonio, but I guess it went out of business a while back. But these two right here are my go-to. I have tried quick setting before. The Tamiya quick setting is not too bad. It does set it really quick. So I would probably, what I would use these two for is when you're running a seam line down the side of a model, just to kind of help it seal. And then last but not least, the last glue I use is the Instant Cure. I believe this is like a CA glue. This is more for gap filling. If you're going to be using photo edge parts. Plus also, if say you break your landing gear, this would be the best one to use to kind of fuse your landing gear together. It doesn't, I have used this multiple times to fix kits that I've actually sold, just to make sure, because sometimes these glues right here won't cut it. Sprue glue might cut it really good, but then you have to sand it, glue it, or sand it, paint it, re-weather it. At least with this, all you have to do is just glue, stick, and just do touch-up. That's it. So, but guys, those are the glues that I use. You can definitely find a lot of the CA or the Instant Cure. You can find at Hobby Lobby. You can also find them you can find the bigger bottles in hobby shops like Hobbytown USA. You could also find this would be in hobby shops. This would be in, and these three right here are Hobby Lobby. If you're ever looking at Hobby Lobby, definitely give these a shot. You'll love these glues. And this one is, just remember, it's sprue glue. You have to make it. All right, guys? All right, let's get back to me. One more thing. I forgot to mention really quick. I also use Tester's clear glue. That's for clear parts, cement, and window making. I haven't really used it that much. I used it maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's not too bad. It's a little harder to work with. So, but, yep, that's that. That's the last glue. All right. Back to me. All right, everyone. I know that was a 10-minute long video on the glues that I use for my model building. Those are the glues that I use. I know that there's other glues out there. There's a thicker white top. Looks just like your Tamiya extra thin, except it's a white top. It's a little bit of a thicker glue. I might actually go get that because that will help with mating the fuselages together for bigger aircraft. I was saving my money, but since I'm moving, I have to spend it. I was saving money because I really wanted to invest in the resin HPH. I really wanted to get their B-52. It was either the B-52, the XB-70, or the B-36. Yes, they are really big aircraft. They're 1/48 scale, but I feel that I really want to see how that model company is. A lot of people have bought HPH's 1/32 scale aircraft, and they love them. Same thing, I believe Nigel from Nigel's Modeling Bench, he got the B-52, and I think I saw him have their Helldiver. And so far, he has no complaints against that company. So I would say I'm going to try to see if I want to try to get at least the B-52. It'd be interesting to have something that I've always wanted, but in the size scale that I wanted. I know that I know they make a 172 scale, but I'm trying to steer as much away as possible from 172 scale. I'm just hoping that more and more companies will start coming out with more and more aircraft and stuff in the 148 scale that I go after. Yeah, that is my product review of those glues that I use. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button once if you liked it, twice if you didn't, so I know. You can follow me on Instagram. I actually just posted photographs on Instagram of the finished Spitfire that probably got released today. They got released, and yeah, and oh, I also posted the one little photograph of the A10. I've also tagged the A10 demo team in that photograph on Instagram because I'm modeling that A10 after one of their A10s, and then I have 3 more A10s that I'm going to be modeling them after their aircraft that they have, or they had, because one aircraft that they had, they actually just repainted it into a solid gray aircraft. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.